Hey everybody, welcome to this week's episode of my 5 haunting questions. And I am really thrilled to have the wonderful Leigh with me, Leigh from Three Spires Paranormal. He's going to answer the 5 haunting questions for us. And without any further mucking around, I'll just bring him in, eh? Leigh, hello.
Hello, Australia.
Yeah, and the rest of the world. Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. It's awesome. Thank you, Leigh, for doing this.
Anytime.
And I've had orders from Beardo to be good to you, so I'll do as I'm told. And lovely Rob as well,
Rob
knows I'm talking to you today as well. So for anyone watching, if you haven't seen my 5 haunting questions with Beardo or Purple, go check them out later. They were good enough to do it with me as well. I'm just simply enjoying doing all this, Leigh. I love it. I'm talking to people that I otherwise wouldn't get to talk to unless I was actually over there. I've just asked Leigh whereabouts he's from, and as it turns out, he's near to an international airport that I'll be landing at. So who knows? I might be able to catch up with Leigh. So that'll be September. That'll be awesome. I just hope we don't walk through muddy puddles, Hobbs Lane or whatever it was called. What was it called? Hobbs Lane.
Hobbs Hole Lane.
Hobbs Hole Lane. That's the one thing I must admit about England itself. Everywhere actually in Britain, all the funny names of things that that was pretty cool. But anyway, I'll talk to you about that later. But look, for people who are watching who do not or are not familiar with it's like a tongue twister, Leigh. Three Spires that are not familiar with Three Spires. Do you want to tell them what your channel is about, what you're doing? I mean, I know, but some might not.
Right. So it's myself and my friends, and we go to the usual. We go to paranormal, alleged haunted locations, do paranormal investigation, but we don't, as I turn around and say, excuse me for saying, we don't go there with like a broom up our ass. We don't. We're not deadly serious, and we have to do things by the book. We go there, be ourselves. We're respectful, but we just have fun while we do it. And a lot of people watch paranormal investigations and they see the serious side of it. But what people don't understand, as you're aware, you're there for hours sometimes, and for a 30-minute, 40-minute video, what else happens during that time frame? So we leave that in. We mix our videos up with real paranormal investigation, being serious and doing what we do, but we take the mickey out of each other. We have fun, and it's an awesome smile.
Yeah, it's an awesome channel. I love watching it. You're awfully funny sometimes. You are, especially when you've got young Purple along with you. He's a little handful. He's a gorgeous handful.
He's a gorgeous handful.
He is. He's a good boy. Boy, he's a man too, but everyone's a boy to me.
He's a man boy. We're all men boys.
And the other thing I actually like about your channel is no matter who you're investigating with, be it Simon or Craig or Purple or everybody, whoever's, you're always respectful. And I did mention to you earlier, and folks, there's a good episode they've got. I think it's called The Murder House or something. I think that's so. I'll put the link to the particular episode I'm talking about in the description. But the one thing I liked about that is firstly the respect shown to the lady who was murdered in that house. And that you were respectful. There was no carrying on like you see with some going, oh, we're in the murder house, and and you didn't call it the murder house. That's the name that it has.
Somebody dubbed it. Somebody dubbed it the murder house, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know when that was or who did it, but
but so that's what I mean. Like you were very respectful, very quiet. I enjoyed it. I liked it. And then today I did have a power outage, people. So I have to finish watching that particular episode later on. It might be a bit story for me. But yeah, I've just been enjoying the content. I like how that you do. I think the channels that interject humor into it are the best ones to watch, because it is boring. It can be really boring. You can be there for hours and hours, and if nothing happens, you are mucking about with whomever you're there with. And oftentimes, have you ever noticed at all that sometimes when you are mucking around being silly because you're passing time, you're not being disrespectful, you're just sort of having a laugh, do you find sometimes that's when you can get some evidence too, because you are kind of off guard?
I knew you were going to say that. Yes is the answer to that. Yeah, 100%. There's been a few times. Sometimes we've not had the camera running. In the earlier days, we would just turn the camera off. Now I keep it running constant, at least one camera running constantly, just in case, because we do mess about sometimes. Well, we have a laugh.
You have a laugh.
Yeah, we've heard like halfway through laughing and joking, we heard a bang or something. We're like, bloody hell was that? But but I mean, there's no one's an expert, but in my opinion, if I was dead and if I was a spirit, I would, because of my personality, I would react more to an investigator if they were having some fun. If they're trying to draw me in with equipment and all that, I'll be going, oh, mind you, I know what I'm like. I'll probably mess about with them. But yeah, it is boring, isn't it? But me, if everything the paranormal or ghosting really did 100% exist, I would be more prone to interacting with people who are having fun.
Yeah, I think so. I agree. Even when I go to investigate, I've been investigating. I've investigated with people that take it awfully serious and, don't talk, that's not my style. I'm a chatterbox. So I tend to go in and I like to know, generally I like to know where I'm going, what the history of the building is. I don't necessarily need to know either, but for me, I think it's helpful in whoever I may be addressing when I'm at that property. Now, if you're in a hospital or a hotel, or you might as well not even bother knowing who passed away there or whatever, because it could be a multitude of thousands. So that's, just know the history of the hospital, what it was used for, where it was built, and that's good enough. But I think the research is really good, and having a sense of humour when you're in there, because so many, you see all these programs where it's, how did you die? Can you touch that device? Can you make it go off? Can you use it? And I'm like, I don't even trust that.
That.
Yeah, but
we do that.
Yeah, it's a little bit. Yeah.
No, carry on. Sorry.
No. I see. I talk too much. I'm asking you. I'm supposed to be asking you the 5 haunting questions. It's just that. Yeah, I do it too. I'll put I don't use any gadgets per se, but I will put an EMF little thing in front of me, because it's the only thing I know that will probably only pick up on anything close to me, and it's probably more than likely if I forget to turn my phone to airplane mode.
but the thing is, though, sorry, but if we going back to equipment just for a second, we went to the latest video we had up is from a road called Hobbs Hole Lane. Hobbs Hole.
Hobbs Hole.
Yeah, Hobbs Hole, or Goblin's Meadow, as it was translated to. Which, if you're in the live chat at the time, it was very amusing. But we deliberately took no equipment with us, nothing. We were going to go in there, just walk up and down, call out, and to see what happened. Anyway, spoiler alert if no one's seen it, but a handprint appeared on the back of Craig's car. And it wasn't there when we pulled up, because I've got it on film.
Yeah,
the handprint wasn't there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But because I decided I didn't take any equipment with me, it was my dad who actually messaged me and said, I've just seen your video. Did you take your thermal gun with you? And I went, no, I didn't. I deliberately didn't take. And he said, well, next time that happens, you could have actually took a temperature of your hand print on the back window and then did another temperature gauge on the handprint that was there. And I was like, shit, I didn't think of that. But I don't know. But
yeah, that was. Oh, I'm sorry, I've interrupted again.
Okay, that's fine. I talk a lot as well.
Yeah, that's all right. We'll just interrupt each other throughout the 5 questions. The one thing that was intriguing about that handprint is, firstly, I went straight away immediately to the fact that, oh my God, you're there in the dark and there's some nut job who's come up to your car, looked in to see what he could nick. I was more worried about who's lurking in the bushes watching you. But you had a look around, didn't you? And you didn't see anybody. Like, who the hell would be out in the middle of whoop whoop there just to, like, what, how? Because it was kind of is the middle of nowhere where you were.
It was. It's a public footpath where the car was parked, where you could walk from one. It was sort of a golf course, so there was a public footpath that could have gone over the road where we parked to the other part of the golf course, but the golf course was closed. Excuse me. The golf course was closed. There was literally nobody back we were there for 3 hours and only 2 cars drove down the road.
Yes, it'd be odd, didn't it?
Yeah, there were no torches or anything else, and you'd need a torch to walk down there because it's pitch black.
Pitch black, yeah.
So it was just weird. I mean, I'm not going to say it was paranormal. I've got no evidence to say it was paranormal, but I've got no evidence to say it was actually a real person as well. It was, like I said on the video, it was just interesting, really interesting.
It'd be actually interesting for you to go back, park in the same spot, and leave maybe something. I would next time leave something running in the car, so that when you're off, if you come back, at least either. Yeah, I mean, we're
going to take a dash cam. We're going to take a dash cam with us next time. Yeah, we've already spoke about it. We need to go back. So,
yeah, I would go back. Plus, it's got a rather inviting name. I half expect that the enchanted forest is at the end of it, and there's the faraway tree.
Yes, that'd be a nice thought, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So, anyway, what kind of for you, like? Was there something in particular, I ask everybody this, but was there something in particular that piqued your interest and made you want to start the paranormal channel and go investigating? Because many of us watch, we're all lovely armchair investigators, but usually there's something that makes you go, I'm going to go have a look. I'm going to go check it out. What was your, I'm going to go and check it out moment?
Yeah, excuse me. I was always interested since that incident from the Hobbs Hole Lane. I thought I saw an apparition down there, and but it was down the Goblin Lane, the man. And his dog. But,
hang on, I'm going to interrupt you for a second. Anyone watching this, you have to. What's the name of that? I'll put a link to that episode as well. It was just the one that was on the other way. If you want to have, oh my God, if you want to have a laugh, you've got to look at Leigh's reenactment of of when he encountered the man walking his dog. Possibly, it sounds like a ghost, but you've got to watch it. And he reenacts both. Twice, I think you do it, don't you? Once with the
scaled everything down.
Yes, you scaled everything down apparently, but you'll understand what I'm saying if you go watch the episode. Anyway, go ahead, Leigh. We were talking about your experience.
That was very funny. I wasn't going to keep that in the video, and I thought, it's funny. Yeah, it made me laugh. So that was it. So I was always interested in the paranormal books and movies and horror films, and then it was during lockdown here in the UK. It was so boring, as you're probably aware. It was when we had the lockdown.
Yeah. Same.
The pandemic. It was bad, and I found myself fell down the rabbit hole of watching YouTube videos, and lots of them. And it was a team who we mentioned before we started this called the Ouija Brothers. Yep. And I thought they speak a little bit like me. Turns out they're from my ex-girlfriend lives around the corner from where they're from. And so I thought, you know, they're local. Let's see where they go and what they do. And they were funny and they went to some cool places. And I had a little bit of inheritance. So because my grandfather passed away just bore the pandemic. And I bought myself a camera and took myself out there, and the rest is history. So if you, in answer to your question, it was the Ouija brothers that got me into going out there myself.
There you go. And I do hope to talk to them soon. They said they would, but well, we'll see. I think
busy boys.
They're busy. They are busy boys. That's why, yeah. I mean, oh well, you know, they're over 100K subscribers now, so they're
doing so well.
Almost. Yes, they're stars. They may not have time for the little old me.
I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will.
They will. It's a joke, guys. It's a joke. Yeah. No, well, I can thank Beardo, quite frankly, for introducing myself to their content, and then you're often in the chat with Beardo, and then you were with Parple came along with you on one of your investigations.
Yeah.
And that's how I fell across your channel, and I just love it. It makes me laugh. Anyway, it does, and that's the important thing. That's why I like that funny story you kept in, and you do that in a lot of your videos. You'll have a laugh. So no, this is normally where I ask a silly question, but I'm going to ask the alien question first. You can still think on a silly question. You know what's coming. So what do you reckon about unidentified objects, aliens, that kind of thing? Because it is paranormal, because we really still don't know what it is. But what do you think? What are your thoughts on it? Are you a believer or?
Yeah, I'm a believer, 100% a believer, without a shadow of a doubt. I was in my probably late 20s, and I wasn't the only person who saw it, but I went to a local supermarket. And as I was coming out, and there was a few people in front of me, I didn't know them, and a triangle-shaped object flew over my head, hovered over the supermarket for about 15-20 seconds. We all looked at it, and then it just
took off,
disappeared. Yeah, it was huge, and it was a triangle, blue sort of outline. And I went back and I told my ex-girlfriend at the time, and she was like, okay, how many drinks you had today, Leigh? I haven't. And it was in the local newspaper the following week.
Oh, so other people saw it as well.
Yeah, lots of people did, apparently. And so, but it's like...
What year would that have been, do you reckon?
Geez.
The 80s?
No, I'm not that old.
Oh, sorry. Well, you could
No, we took... No, we took. I was in my 20s, so you're probably talking early 2000s, maybe.
Okay. Oh well, yeah. Sorry, I keep forgetting I'm old.
No, it's fine. You're not old.
It's just interesting because the 80s for me were a time where a lot of things were getting seen. Nothing proven, but a lot of like the 80s up to the mid 90s. So it was, in Australia in particular. But there you go. Oh, cool. Well, I'm glad you believe, because I believe too. Yeah. I just don't know.
I mean, you look up at the. Well, no, you look up at the sky, don't you? And it's just you just think, you see all the stars. Most of those stars aren't even there anymore, but we can still see them, and you just think there's got to be something out there. When we say life on other planets, we don't necessarily mean bipeds, but
little crickets, birds,
microbes, birds. We just don't know, but fish of some description, like the three-eyed fish on the Simpsons.
A planet with dinosaurs, Leigh. Oh,
you never know, do you? You never know. The dinosaurs,
Jurassic,
they didn't go from an asteroid. No, they build spaceships with their little tiny T-Rex hands.
Yeah, I reckon T-Rex.
That's it. That's what happened.
That's what's happened. The dinosaurs, that's right. They're under the water now. They're little lizard people.
That's it.
You can have fun with it all. So, all right. So this is the silly question. So I've ascertained through my question that a lot of gentlemen wear boxer briefs, but I'll give you your choice. So there's boxer briefs, which I didn't know were a thing. Briefs, boxers, commando. I got told the other day there's such a thing as an elephant G-string or something, an elephant thong. And I'm like, oh my goodness. So that was someone showing off. But yes, what do you prefer? Commando, boxer
briefs.
There you go. See, I've got to get eventually one day, if I get enough subscribers, I must get a sponsor that makes underwear.
Yes, never do commando. No, don't, not commando.
Oh no. Yeah, well, we've been hanging loose, and as I've had this discussion before, it does. I did ask. I can't remember who it was now. I asked. Oh, I think it was Kenny Biddle. I did ask and I should know the answer to this. I brought up boys, but little boys, it's all nice and snug and tight down there when you're little. But as you get older, things start to, dangle a little bit more.
And
get sweaty. And I always thought, oh, imagine if you're climbing a fence or something like that, and it could get caught.
No, you don't want that.
No, and I still don't understand how boys can ride a bicycle. I like sit on that bicycle seat with those bits and bobs in between your legs, because
I ride a bike. I ride a bicycle.
Doesn't that hurt?
No, I've got the seat I've got is it's not padded, but it's got a suspension on it, so it's fine. So it's
on that area.
Comfort. Yeah, it's comfort.
Oh God! See the conversations we have, people. This is it. But
good.
This is part of being silly.
You've got to be silly. If you can, me and Paul have a saying, and if we can, well, it's my saying, and he agrees with it because he does the same. But if I can wake up and if I can make one person smile a day, that's it. My day's done.
Yeah, so. I'm the same. I try, as I said earlier, for anyone who wants to know, I was having a little chat with Leigh before I started making this episode. It's a matter of life's hard enough too. So, but if you can make people smile, and I do try to keep my channel relatively light whenever I'm on a live or talking to someone, because enough stressful. If you want drama, there's other places you can go to for drama.
Yeah. But you are wonderful, and you make me smile, and that's fantastic, and that's all we need.
Oh, I love you too, Leigh. But that's what I mean, and that's why I love Purple and Beardo, and because despite some of the dramas that occur, on the whole, it's all about being truthful with people and searching for truth and actual facts. And that's why I like watching you. That's why I like watching the Ouija Brothers. Dorset Paranormal is another little channel I watch as well. Just go in there and just do your best and be respectful. And that's what you do. And that's why I like watching you.
I'm pretty lucky as well, because I have a lot of good friends who are YouTubers, who have got their channels, and they're in the frame. We're all in the same frame of mind. Like Staffordshire Paranormal Explorers, James and Maria, they're wonderful people.
You guys, but I am subscribed.
No, it's like it's a I Conjure, Haunting Hunters, and you've got Shadow Hunters, Shook TV, Amy, Bad Cat. They're all the channels that also try and have a laugh and have a smile, and they're just people that we trust, and so it's nice to have those people around.
And the one thing I like is sometimes it's the person you least expect that supports you. Beardo's been a lovely support to me. Purple's always good to talk to, and that's what I think it's all about, not getting selfish or anything like that. Help people out, like share all you can on the YouTube, because ultimately what we do is expensive. It really is expensive, and it's just helpful to get the content out there, because the more people who see the content, And it's not about super chats or memberships or anything like that. Absolutely, that helps, but it's not about that. It's about the content, because the more people who watch the content, the more likely it is that in some way via the YouTube, you can kind of get something towards something, you know. It's a way, but it's not, and it's not only that. I don't know how you feel. I'll ask you. It's not, it's more sort of about doing this as something that you enjoy doing. Firstly, makes you happy to do it, and it's like a hobby, but you know, be wonderful to be able to do it full time, that sort of thing. But it's really not about money. It's about, I love doing this. I don't know, how do you feel?
100% agree. I do it, well, when I first started doing it, it was for me, really. And then after thinking about it more, I started doing it for my family members, my nephews and nieces. I've got no children, but I've got nephews and nieces. And when I leave this mortal coil, you know, they're gonna, my videos are gonna be on YouTube forever. My nephews and nieces can tell their kids, that's your uncle, that is, it's your great uncle, and that's why I do it. You know, I do it. I work full time as well, and it's just a release as well. That's you say it's a hobby, and
it is a release from the stress of the day-to-day sorts of things, isn't it?
It is.
It's kind of like being a kid again, sort of. It's a bit of fun. It's an adventure. You know what I mean? It's an adventure. Yeah. You go off and you're having an adventure.
My day job is so stressful at times. It really is, and it's full of negativity on a daily basis. And it is sometimes good to get out of the house and be 12. Do you know what I mean? Be 12-year-old again. After having a day of crap.
Yeah. And look, it's interesting you say that too, Leigh, because people who've been with me since the start understand. I do it for, you make me smile. I do it for the exact same reason. I have children. And you know, I lost a son. I kind of thought to myself, if something happens to me, like you say, it's there forever. So when my grandchildren say, so who was Nana? My kids can go, look at this. And there she is. That's her channel. Watch her do silly things, like, you know, or watch her talk to people. That's your Nan. That's what she was about. And it's that because we can do that now. It's like a record of
a time capsule type of thing. And it's a lot of people do this for the wrong reasons. People get into YouTube to make money. I mean, I've been doing these 2 years and I've only just started to get something coming back from ad revenue. And I get so humbled when people actually do give super chats, and some people do give out memberships to the channel. And
it's kind of like, I get humbled too. It's a bit embarrassing, isn't it?
But that's a good point. It is embarrassing, it really is. But that's why you're on YouTube and people watch, and so people are entitled if they wanted to do that, right? And give you that. But it is a bit.
It is. It's a weird thing. And it's funny, isn't it? Because it's so super helpful when they do it, but I don't ask. Do you know what? I don't ask. I would never ask. But I've seen people, hey, you know, if you give me on the 10th super chat, I'll do such and such. And I think, oh, cringe. I can't.
I can understand why people do it, and I do understand why people do it. It's a business.
It's your full-time job, and it's a business, and you need, you know. I do understand.
But people like us who are little.
Yeah, it's still kind of it's kind of like, wow, thank you so much for thank you, like, really thank you. And I always I always force home the fact that, much like yourself, if people do give us anything, it's not going to us going out to the pub on a Friday night or something silly like that. It's actually going towards our subscriptions for our research or some equipment, or like it's going to come back to them, sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I saved up a couple of months worth of, I mean, it's a couple of 3 months worth, so that's how much we get. A couple of 3 months worth of ad revenue in that to buy those DJI microphones, because they're like 200 English pounds, so Great British pound, should I say, £200 for these DJI microphones, and they're not cheap, and I didn't pay for them, but the people who did memberships and the ad revenue paid for it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so from both Leigh and myself to anybody watching, thank you. Thank you to those of you who have helped him out, because honestly, it's what keeps people going, and it's also not the super chats or the money, the fact that people subscribe. I was looking at something the other day on yours where it was your New Year's Eve.
The Christmas Day one, was it?
Christmas Day, sorry, yeah. And you did mention, and you're correct, a lot of people do watch the content and they do come back, but they don't subscribe. But you know that they're, and I think, oh, it's free. I've got another YouTuber I watch that I love that says that if you've not subscribed, why not? It's free. And it is free to do it, and it's no skin off your nose. You don't get annoyed by constant whatever, but it helps the person out. And I'm surprised that I'm subscribed to you, but yeah, it's interesting. And the subscriptions is what really helps. That's what helps, because the more people that subscribe to you, the likelihood of getting YouTube to come to the party with ad revenue, etc., is what's actually really helpful. So the subscription, quite frankly, and the people who come back all the time, that's more valuable to me than money. Like, it makes you feel good. They like the content.
So they'll press that button and they subscribe, and that's the main thing, or hitting the like button. So we like this video. It's really good. I mean, we're pretty lucky. I mean, we average around 99 or 98% of people hitting that thumbs up. We have like one or two that puts a thumb down, which is fine. It's one of them, isn't it? It doesn't bother me. I would like to.
Why are they even watching it then if they don't like it?
I'd like to know why they didn't. It would be more beneficial for me and for the viewers if people did put a thumbs down on the video in the nicest possible way, to leave a comment as to why
it was that they didn't like it.
And we could look at probably changing that.
It's interesting too. I've been told that it doesn't matter if they put a thumbs down, because it still helps the algorithm. So
absolutely, 100%.
You could have 100 thumbs down and 2 thumbs up, and it doesn't matter, because they're interacting with the algorithm. So it's true, but
me as a person, I like to go, well, why did you do that? But
why didn't you like it? But half the time it's just some sad individual that hasn't had a laugh.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is, I mean, we don't get. There's 212 likes so far on the last video that I put, which for us, well, for people watching, it doesn't sound a lot, but for us, that's amazing. And only 2 people put a thumbs down, so I don't care about those 2 people. With all due respect to those 2 people, they didn't like it. Fine, it's not a problem.
Yep.
There's 212 people that put the thumbs up to it. So
I'm actually like I had a live stream on Friday night America time, so Saturday while you were asleep morning. I did a live, and there was I got excited. I had 39 people watching me all at once. I've never had that many people watching me all at once, and I thought, 39 people have actually tuned in to listen to myself and my friend talk nonsense.
That's wonderful, though, isn't it? It is wonderful.
And you think,
when I did a live stream, when people turned up on Christmas Day, granted Beardo sent them over, but there was like 150. I think there was 200 people at one point on Christmas Day, and I'm going, "Who are you? What are you doing here?" But But when I've done live streams before in the past, you know, as well recently, if I'm so happy if I get 25, 30 people in.
Me too.
So happy.
And the interaction is lovely with the people in the chats too, isn't it? Like you know, and it's nice to know that you've brought a smile to their face. And I wonder what you're likely when you're feeling a bit down. Do you ever hop on if you've done a live? You feel a bit, oh, I'll do a bit of a live, and you get on, and by the time you're finished, and you turn it off, and you right, well, that's it. You feel so much better. Not only have you had an opportunity to talk about what is ailing you, but you've made a little bit of a difference possibly to someone in the chat. I don't know, how do you feel when you finish? Is it good for you too? Is it good for you?
It does. Is it good for you, Leigh?
Wow.
Can't do that. It's Beardo can only do the grr. So
yeah.
No, it's if I've done I don't do many lives. So if I do get a little bit, you know, just, oh, let's put my laptop on or something, I like to be involved, and I like watching, for example, Parple's live or Beardo's lives or their live streams, or I'll try and join a premiere and get involved with the chat, get involved with other people, and that makes me happy. I like doing that. But the live streams, I mean, Parple's live streams are wonderful.
They're wonderful, aren't they? That's kind of like, it's kind of, you get exhausted by the time you finish watching Parple.
It's great. Well, he gets exhausted as well, which is quite funny. But I'm actually, you know, when you watch him, and the guy works hard, not just for himself but for other people, and it's, you know, I'm proud to call him a friend. He's a good guy, and I enjoy his lives, and they make me happy. And you know, Beardo's a good guy as well. For other people may not agree, but you know, Beardo's helped me out, and this channel and my friends' channels out immensely. He didn't have to do that, but he has, and I've got a lot of respect for the guy. You know, he's a good guy, no matter what other people say. So.
No, I think so too. And it's that's the one thing I do love about this community. I have found that within the community, in people that I talk to that are subscribers, beautiful people, lovely people, all with their own stories, which some of them have shared, and I'm sure you get the same thing. And then you have people like Beardo, who's taken off, and good on him, he's taken off, or the Ouija brothers, or Purple, and you know, just supporting each other, being there, and not just so much, you know, even just in the background when everyone's having a bit of a bad time, you know, you can reach out and go, oh, blah 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 blah. And
I do that with Rob. I do that with Rob. We'll check on each other, if not every day, every other day, and we'll check in, and we'll message each other and go, just checking in, how you doing? And it's normally me going, it's Monday, I'm having a shit day, and you know, and he's going, it's all right, you know, well, you know, I've just been and took the dog for a walk, trying, you know, calm down. We're almost at the end of the day, and he's the voice of reason, and he'll be like, okay.
Yeah,
cheers, Rob.
it is a great community, and I think at the end of the day, despite some of these dramas, at the end of the day, the majority of us are looking just for the truth. We just want to find, and we may never actually find it, and we may never actually find anything that people say, "Oh, really? Oh, that's absolutely."
That's part of the fun, isn't it?
But that's half the fun of looking. And we know when we've found something we can't explain, and it wouldn't matter if we showed anybody, because you'll always have that, oh, well, that was probably, you know, you probably sung yourself, or, oh, yeah, it was probably someone else there. And you think, okay, well, I understand, and that's good. You weren't there, so you don't know. So, but we know. And that's, I think, what keeps us going, because and it's only ever, that's what makes me laugh about these other channels. It's only once in a blue moon you might get something that could be unexplainable, henceforth paranormal. It's only once in a blue moon, not like all these other places go in, and every time there's somewhere something, bang, boom, bang, boom, bang. And you think, you know, and so no, it's a fun thing to do. So what have you got coming up soon for everybody to have a look at? When's your next episode?
So much. we were meant to go out Friday, but if like I was saying earlier about my day job, I was just tired. I felt a bit worn out. So I've had a weekend off for the first time in a long time, which has been lovely. So I'll be filming Friday. We'll be filming for the next few weeks. So my next video will be out probably next week, sort of a week on Tuesday or a week on Wednesday. So, but yeah, and hopefully, touch wood, I think we'll having Simon back with us as well.
So because I noted here it's just been you and Craig of late, or Rob.
And and for the first time, I think we've got some big things coming up. We've got a multiple paranormal event with several paranormal teams in one building.
Yeah, are you keeping that quiet for the minute? Because I think I know.
I am keeping it. I will keep it quiet at the minute, but I can tell you the location. I can tell you the location, and it's Cross Keys Hotel in Cannock. So if you Google that, Cannock UK, Cross Keys Hotel, Cannock UK, it's meant to be one of the most haunted hotels in England.
Can you sleep there the night? Like it is a hotel?
We are sleeping there. Yeah, we're sleeping there the night.
So you can get rooms and stay the night?
As it stands at the moment, I think there's 10 or 11 of us at the moment. But as for who's going, I can't say anything yet.
No, keep it quiet. Keeps people coming back.
It keeps people coming back. July, we're at 30 East Drive. And we've got collaborations with lots of teams that I've never met before. So we're meeting up with Broken Capital, for example. We're meeting up. They're good guys. Aaron, he's a good guy. Cabo, Carl. We're meeting up with Amy from Shook TV, Shadow Hunters UK. We've never met them before, even though we've spoken. There's so many. The list goes on about who we're meeting up with this year. It's ridiculous.
Well, who knows? When I'm there in September, let's see how we go, because everybody knows that Beardo and Mrs. Geek will be coming with me to the Ancient Ram Inn for a sleepover, so that will be fun. If anything, it'll just be fun. As I say, I'm still skeptical, but I want to go there. I think that's on a lot of people's bucket lists because of the history of the building. It's so old. So old. So that'll be fun. And maybe, who knows, because who knows, might be able to meet up with you. That'll be fun. Even if it's just for a cup of tea. Yeah.
Just about to say that.
Even if it's just for a cup of tea. Yeah. And a scone, a proper scone.
Oh, a proper scone. Okay. Yes, we'll do that.
I love scones and jams. Ashley, what do you put first on your scone? I always put butter. I put butter, jam, and then the cream on top.
I don't put butter on. I just go straight in cream and first. Jam. Yeah.
Ooh.
People do it differently. It's a bit controversial.
Yeah, we'll try and have a high tea.
Now you're talking.
I am in England after all.
Got to be done, hasn't it?
Yeah, I know.
Excuse me for drinking my tea anyway. I'm sorry, I've been drinking that all the way through. I've not long got up. I've only literally been awake about an hour and a half.
Oh, look, I'm sorry. And it's almost 9 p.m. here in Australia as I'm talking to Leigh. So I've had a lovely chat. This has been lovely. So, all right. So everyone that's watching, please go to Leigh's channel and hit the subscribe button and watch a couple of his videos, especially the one on, what's it called again? Hobbs Knob.
Hobbs Knob.
Oh my
dirty
God.
Gertie. No, Hobbs Hole Lane.
Well, Hobbs Hole is it much better, Leigh?
Yeah. No, it's not actually, is it? But it also stands for Goblin's Meadow.
By the way, yeah, but please go to that episode, because if you want to laugh like I'm laughing now, that's the episode to watch. I just the reenactment of his ghost story is brilliant. Hobsnob. So
Hobsnob.
please go to his channel, watch some of his content, give it a thumbs up, hit the like button, especially hit the subscribe button. I mean, and you'll like it. It's lovely. It's refreshing. And I will put a link to some of those episodes. Obviously, the link to his channel will be in the description below. If there's any questions or anything after you watch this that you might want to know or whatever, pop them in the comments below this video, and I'll get to them. I answer all of my comments, and if it's anything I don't know, I'll email Leigh and ask him. But yes,
I'll jump in. I'll jump in the comment section anyway, so I'll
all
right,
cool. So I hope everybody's enjoyed my little time here with Leigh, all over the place. I'm glad he talks as much as I do, and we've interrupted each other as much as.
It's been a roller coaster. This has been a roller coaster.
It has, but it's been fun. So thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. And who knows who I'm going to be talking to next? We'll find out. But yeah, so go over to Leigh's channel and check it out. Bye, everybody. Pleasure. Thanks, Leigh. Bye.
Bye now. Bye.